Greetings from Michigan. Another beautiful day here. It is October 3rd of 22 and my part 3 of a fig tour. I will present my patch in a bag. This is where I have my newest additions, the young plants, and then some older trees on a side rows. I'm going to first just turn it around so you can see in correlation where my now main orchard is. And also here I will show you my original area for the in-ground trees. These were planted in 2010. I have hardy Chicago here, actually 3 of them, and then there are some ripe fruits right there. I will compare them to my hardy Chicago fruit in the container. Some growers are saying that fruit grown from the trees in the ground is tastier, possibly from the tree being able to extract more nutrients. I did not notice any kind of difference, but we'll see this year what will happen. In the side here, in the back, actually this is Stella. I wasn't really able to have Stella ripen on a consistent basis. I will have to protect a lot, sometimes with a greenhouse or on the top of this area to have some fruits. So that's why I switched to containers. You can see here hardy Chicagos only now are ripening. Have several fruits already now. Here is unknown. Actually, it was sold to me on eBay as a Black Madeira. However, compared in the fruits, I did a review on this. It looks just like a Nero 600. Delicious fruit, so I will keep that tree. Okay, so let's start from this first row. This is my forgotten Della Reina. It is a premium variety from Montserrat Pans collection. Somehow I did not uppot this one into a larger container, and did grow nicely this year. It was stunted in the beginning of this year when I discovered it, and it was amongst my hardy Chicagos that I was saving for grafting. So we'll see next year. Probably will produce the first time. Now it's already forming some fruits at the top. Next is 7 Lakes. This was an unknown, similar to Celeste leaves. And here is Motoso Preto, very vigorous variety. The fruit is changing color right now. Here is Butler. Butler is Caprifiga from California. This one from Brian. So I'm hoping in future to collect pollen from my Caprifigs and hand pollinate my figs. This is Black Mission. Really grew nicely this year. I tasted Black Mission in Florida from the local public store, and I did like some of the fruits. Of course, in the package tastes better, and I do like this Rondo type fruit, so I got that one. Here is Malta Black. Apparently looks like a Mount Etna type. I did remove quite a few fruits in order to possibly ripen at least one. This is LDA. Looks like a synonym for Nordland. They look very similar. I tapped down this one, pruned it hardly, so it did form 3 branches at the top that I really want, so we'll see next year. Here is Laradec Brown Turkey. Apparently improved brown turkey, hardier in cold climates. This is LSU Tiger. I like this variety for the looks too. I find these leaves, single lobe leaves, beautiful. Very interesting. I'm going to just quickly point to this variety is the way it grows its branches. Pretty much every branch on this tree on the bottom has grown. Usually the auxins, the hormone for growth, will be more concentrated at the top. However, this tree likes to grow pretty much everything evenly. Top growth is still kind of heavier, and I have few fruits there left. This is Antonelli, Mount Etna type, and the last one is Curvo Oscuro. This one is also Caprifig from California. Okay, let's go now to the second row. So these are my younger trees, my premium trees that I've obtained. Now that I kind of understand more about premium figs now, I was collecting these over past winter. This is Nuestra Señora del Carmen, this smaller plant. Next to is Calderona. It is from Monteserapan's collection. Many people like this variety. And then next one is Sunrise. It is a seedling from California. I think I got this one from Brian. Maybe I'm even trialing this. I think he sent this one for free. So thank you, Brian, if you're watching this. Next is smaller Coldedama gigantina. Finally starting to grow, and the growth is really nice, healthy. Next to it is Del San Juan Grand. All of these now seedlings now, not seedlings, rooted cuttings are now growing vigorously, have nice growth at the top. You can see the leaves, no signs of fig mosaic virus. This is La Bourgeois. And then next is another, apparently possibly seedling from California, Surge Unknown. And again another seedling, Crema di Mora. This one is from Sacred Origin, Leanne. Got a few trees from her. This one is Beltrana. I bought this variety, and many actually, from after watching Harvey's videos. I really appreciate Figaholics and the channel. Really kind of helps me out by looking at least, and he's listening to his reviews, whether I would obtain a new variety. And I know that these figs are all mostly pollinated, I would say, in his area. But I still have a good idea, and especially since I'm planning also to hand pollinate, they gave me a better picture of what this variety could be. Next is Cavalieri. Hardy varieties, I think. And here is Izmir. Izmir is a Turkish variety, apparently based on the name, Izmir. It is from Kirill Donev collection in Bulgaria. He popularized this variety, and it has a very interesting leaf pattern. Here it is Calvert. I have 3 plants. This one is the largest, and finally shaking off the fig mosaic virus, and it has a nice kind of healthy bud there right at the top. Also liked it because of the Harvey's video, as well as the next White Madeira. Have high hopes for this variety. Hopefully next year I will be able to ripen a fruit, maybe, since this is really still small. First year I do not really plan to have any kind of fruits. If it happens, happens. But you can see that it has really nice apical bud there, and all healthy growth. And here is Martinenca rimada. Just kind of like to point out to cuttings that occasionally I will have a cutting that I will prune from the, like here you can see maybe the scar and there, and I just stick those cuttings in the same pot as the mother plant. Usually, I would say over 90% they will take as long as they are somewhat lignified. I don't know if I have any hardened cutting that I didn't root it. Here is cardial, and then on the back again I have a group of a few plants that I didn't up-pot, and they were older, 2 years or more. This is, well, let me just take a look from the top, the Desert King, and then I have Celeste, and this is, let me take a look again, this is Adam's Apricot, another Caprifiga from California. I think it's also from the Sacred Origin. And now let me just go backwards. I have to go from this side because of the sun. Here it is Reculver. I think it's from the FDM collection. Called the Dama Rimada. Then Crema de Frigola, again, seedling from California. And another one, Feather River. Feather River, I think it's from Doug from California, one of his favorites. Another really good seedling from California, very popular lately, Black Manzanita. Great Black, Greek variety. It is most vigorous amongst these rooted cuttings. Next is Fragola Nera. Very healthy growth. Next is Col de Dama Ciutat. Again, especially now, these plants appreciate the sun. Not as hot, so and the moisture stays pretty constant, so they grow really nicely now. This is Ischia Black. Finally, it is starting to grow very vigorously. You can see the pink kind of petiole. They are one of the characteristics of this variety. And I do have one fruit there. Possibly I will ripen this one. Here is Sesac. Nice plant. Next is Crema di Mora, again seedling from California, from Sacred Origin. This is plant from variety from Mario's collection, number 50, Casa di Lazzaro. Looks very similar, they say, and it does, to Italian 258 Black Tuscan. And it has a fruit right there, or even, Black Madeira strains. This is Colasan Giacomo. Don't know much about this variety. Next is Bergen Unknown. Very interesting leaves. Let me just point this out. They look very smooth, like reflect a lot of light. Very succulent feeling. Next is Savinac Noir. And then my precious only remaining Bordisot Negra Rimada. I was able to save this one. I have a mishap with my other cuttings, but this one now is growing very nicely. It's beautiful, healthy growth at the top. Really expecting a lot from this variety. And then on the back here we have newest edition Papon. This is another Rimada from my friend Dan. Then I have Mate Pinta. This one comes from Brian. It has a fruit. And then last one is the Celeste. Has one fruit almost ripe. Here it is Tacoma Violet, another tree that I didn't pot in time. So it is over 2.5 years old in this 4-inch pot. And here is Capri Fig. This one comes from California, and I'm just naming it Armando from the person that found it. I bought this based on their leaves. I like the leaf pattern. Okay, now I'm gonna move to my last row. These are my older plants and one young. The first one, and I have to look now because they don't have the names. Exposed, Violetta. Violetta is the first one. It has one fruit. This one was one that I really want to complete my Black Madeira strains. Apparently Violetta is, if not the same, has a fruit and the leaves very similar. And here is Nero 600. I like the flavor profile of this Brando type, Violet de Bordeaux kind of variety. Next is Discovery Park, another, this is from California also, and maybe Trees of Paradise variety. Here is Genovese Nero, but not is this is not an AF version. This is, I think, Rob's version. My oldest, about 10-12 years old now, White Marseille that I had to top, had issues, and now it's growing nice branch. Grew really nicely this year. Next is BB10. This one has to recover. And this is Adriatic type Ventura. Has a fruit. This is VDB, Violet de Bordeaux. And then Lebanese Black Purple. Here is Valle Negra, another Bordeaux type. LSU Purple that I wanted to plant in the ground, but now I'm changing my mind. And the last one in a larger container, this is 10-year-old tree or more, 12 maybe, is Burns Brown Turkey. And here are just some duplicates of my trees. Here you can see in my compost pile Desert King I originally wanted to kind of get rid of, and I wanted to also experiment, and did survive. The winter comes every year from my compost. And that's it. This will be the end of my fig tour, my original patch, and these young trees. I hope that some of you had patience to watch at least some of it. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.